new business just off Fort Myers Beach. And we appreciate you guys coming on and putting up with our shenanigans today very much.
Yours.
So our final guest of the day is Suzie Bahan. Come on down, Suzie. Suzie owns Suzie Q's Tiki Bar and Treasures on Old San Carlos. And I hope you guys online stayed for this final conversation because Suzie's permit. Suzie, how are you finding? First of all, yeah. First of all, just to set the stage here, Suzie's permit comes up for review. They review her permit on Old San Carlos every 6 months. It was originally supposed to be a year, and then it was changed to 6 months. And I think you're only open like 3 days a week, right? Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
No, we're open 7 days a week.
7 days used to be.
It was 3 days a week over the summer months.
Now during season, you want to be 7 days a week. So I wanted to bring you on because I'm a little worried for your permit on Monday, and I wanted to see how you feel about things and how you think things are going to go. And get.
What do you have on the property now?
Yeah, I don't want to give the history like I did in my story. So go ahead and you give the history of 185 and 163.
So my family owned South Seas Trader, which was the largest swimwear resort wear store on Fort Myers Beach. It was actually one of the largest owned independently in the state of Florida for 47 years. And we had that at 163 Old San Carlos. It was the big 2-story wooden building with the deck out front. A lot of the ladies know it because of our swimwear selection. And we lost that completely during Hurricane Ian. And then during COVID, and I'll try to make this as brief as possible, I bought the building adjacent, which was 185. It used to be Curiosity's Rock Shop. And I had completely remodeled it inside.
What did they sell?
They sold candies, rock shells, some beach items, things like that. Anyway, she wanted to retire. COVID scared her. She wanted to be with her grandkids. So she offered me a price I couldn't refuse. I bought it. My house was upstairs on the 2nd floor. So I completely remodeled the inside. I was literally a couple weeks from opening and Ian hit. And it gutted that building. It is still structural. My house is unlivable. And we lost the big store and that business completely next door.
163 was demolished. It's the empty lot where you have your...
Now I currently have my outdoor tiki bar. It's a temporary bar.
But 185, you had gotten a permit to have a bar.
I did. I got a special use permit with the town prior to Hurricane Ian. And then I went in front of the council after 10 months of not having any income. And I asked them to transfer that to what used to be my family's swimwear store property, which was just sand at that point, which they did. I asked them to waive the permit fee, which they did because my insurance hadn't paid out. So I was open. They allowed me to open for a year. It's a completely movable bar trailer.
Mm-hmm.
I have complied with all aspects of what FEMA requires and the town requires. Anyway, long story short, I went in front of them in August and they brought it down. Well, one member brought it down. Everybody else was willing to go another year for review, knowing my insurance situation. I had to take my insurance to federal court, FEMA-backed insurance to federal court.
Because they wouldn't pay at all?
They issued a check and then they put a stop payment on it.
Really?
Yeah.
Why did they give you a reason why they put a stop payment on it?
No.
Okay. Who was the member of the council that...
Karen Woodson.
Okay. All right. So
Karen decided that she had neighbors that were complaining about my DJ, elderly neighbors that live exactly one house behind the commercial residential neighborhood of Fort Myers Beach, which is Old San Carlos Boulevard in Times Square. They had complained to her, and then she had also said that she could hear the bass in my DJ on a Friday or Saturday night with the sliders closed, the windows closed, and her air conditioning on. Well, here's my problem with the whole thing. Our noise ordinance on this beach does not do anything for businesses that provide entertainment. They want everything shut down by 10 o'clock. What do our vacationers and snowbirds, I mean, it's a Friday or Saturday night. What are they supposed to do? Roll up the town and do nothing? I mean, it's an impact to businesses. So I think we need to revisit our noise ordinance on those nights. But that being said, she wanted me to shut all my music down by 10 p.m., which is what our current noise ordinance says, which I have done. And she basically said that instead of a year, we're going to give you 6 months because your building is an eyesore. I don't really care that your house in Texas is for sale and you're fighting the federal government in court with lack of payment on insurance, and everybody else just acquiescence to her. And so I'm up for review every 6 months now.
So have you got any feedback of how it might go tomorrow or Monday?
I always expect the worst and hope for the best.
So when you go to the council meeting on Monday, what are you going to present to them?
Well, I have a contractor. I have a structural engineer's report that says that my building is sound. It needs repair, obviously. I have an appraisal being done within the next 10 days to 2 weeks, depending on the appraiser schedule. And I plan to tell them I'm doing the absolute best I can.
So is your plan to rebuild there?
Yes.
Okay.
But I have to, yes, it's always been my plan to rebuild. But
The town has red tagged that building. They have given, they want you to demolish it. Is that going to play into the discussion on Monday?
Well, yes, it is. And I've actually been in touch with my contractor, and I have both been in touch with Joe Speck, the building inspector.
Mhm.
And he's aware of the situation. He's given me an extension.
Oh, that wasn't in the portal.
I'm
The
sorry.
extension was not put in the portal by them. So
Well, I'm not shocked.
So they're giving you an extension not to have to demo the building.
Right.
Okay, good.
Joe and I have talked.
A verbal conversation where he's giving you an extension.
Yes.
I see.
And he's working with me on repair of that building. My issue is, what does the town expect me to do? When my insurance hasn't paid out, I've got properties for sale. And obviously, when one of those happens, I'm going to fix my building.
Mhm.
But, you know, to sit there after everything we've been through, and not to mention 3 hurricanes this summer where I had to take everything off the island after Helene because I wasn't going to lose everything I have. I mean, I live in a camper behind my bar. I can't live in my house because it's non-livable.
So,
Well, let me ask.
Yeah.
So the trailer that you have, that's the bar,
Yes.
that's not the issue because that can be removed, or that's also part of the issue.
No, there's no issue with my
Okay.
bar. There's no issue with my camper. The issue is my building is an eyesore.
Okay.
That was what I was told
What
in August.
What I'm
meeting.
confused about is if the building is red tagged. I mean, I read the report that the town put. They said they're worried that it's going to fall down.
So here's the thing, Ed. Let me just, and don't mean to be
No.
disrespectful, but Joe
I
didn't
do it all the time. Go ahead.
Okay. Joe didn't even enter my
It came
building.
right out.
I mean, this is important. Joe didn't even enter my building. How can you designate something as non-structural when you
But
don't?
did you read the report? Like
I
it?
read the report.
It said they're worried it's going to come down and blah blah blah. So
How do you make that evaluation from outside?
that's what I'm confused about. If they put a red tag on your building, but you say it's structurally
I have a
sound,
structural engineer report that says
did
it's
they
fine.
buy that? Did they not
Yes.
believe that, or for
Well,
some reason?
he
or-
hadn't been provided with it because nobody had ever asked me for it.
I see.
And
So when do you think your insurance? When do you think?
so the insurance, we are now in district court in the state of Florida,
Mhm.
federal district court. They were supposed to respond by January 2nd. They asked for a 1-month extension. Why they needed 1-month extension?
1 month.
Yes, they needed a 30-day extension for additional review of my policy. It's been 2 years and 4 months. I mean, what's an extra month?
Sure.
Why not?
Right.
So my attorney said, all right, we'll give you 30 days. But if we ever need it, we want it back. So anyway, they have till February 2nd tomorrow to
Wow.
respond to the court.
Mm.
At that point, they either begin the settlement negotiations process with me, or we go and we get a docket hearing. We get a hearing on the docket for a jury trial.
Cheapers. So how does the whole FEMA thing with the trailers going, how is that going to play into the town is trying to get all these? I know you can
Hers
move your,
is fine.
I know, but are they telling you it's fine? I mean, are they
Yes,
telling
everything I've been told? I called the town before
Okay.
I brought them
Okay.
back.
So
I
it's
called
just the
them.
building. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I called them before
Gotcha.
I brought my trailers back to the beach after hurricane season. I said they're completely movable. I can
Sure,
get them with
they
a
are.
light duty
Yeah,
truck.
yeah.
They're on
Small structures.
right.
Yeah.
You got a
So-
porta potty over there in a small structure.
Yep.
2 porta potties.
So-
But the issue is with my building.
Got
Yeah.
you. What do you like? Are you planning to when you sell your house in Houston? Are you planning to sell 163 and then rebuild at 185? What is
Well, I
your
mean,
plan?
if they keep going with, the level of red tape that I have to deal with this town, I mean, I may just sell it all, to be
Mhm.
honest, because nothing is worth this. They've made it readily apparent that they don't care what I've gone through.
When you say they, you mean the town council?
Yes, the council.
Why do you say that? You think it's all 5 of them?
Well, apparently none of them have done any sort of research on Category 5 hurricanes or visited Mexico Beach, Florida, because I did in September of last year. And it's 2018, Michael hit Mexico Beach. It's all brand new construction that's just finishing, and all their businesses are in trailers.
Yeah, it's crazy up there.
That's crazy
what
how
is
long
your-
it takes.
What
Yeah.
is your plan for tomorrow? Or, I keep saying tomorrow.
Monday?
Monday. What do you plan to
Well, I'm
present?
basically going to tell them what I just told you. I'm doing the absolute best I can. And if you want to shut me down, now I have no income.
Right.
Mhm.
So now I'm forced to sell, which is honestly what I think they want. I don't think they want small businesses here anymore, or they want the businesses that they want. And I'm very disheartened. I grew up on this beach. I grew up on Anchorage Street. I went to Beach Elementary. My family were business owners on this beach for years. And I mean, their cavalier attitude to good for them that they could all rebuild. Good for them that their insurance is paid out. I would say that's not the majority of people on this beach, but they just don't seem to care. Well, if they're not going to care about me, why am I going to care about them?
Mm-hmm.
And it breaks my heart. My mom's 88 years old. She lives in a senior community. I mean, it makes her sick, just sick. So, I mean, I'll go in and I'll tell them I'm doing the best I can. And if it's not good enough, well.
How much more time do you think you might need? You think you need another 6 months, get through season?
Well, I mean,
or until further
that's
notice?
a loaded
Yeah,
question.
yeah.
This
Yeah.
is the federal government we're
Yeah.
dealing with. And then
Right.
the district federal courts. I mean, I'm not the only one fighting a commercial policy.
Right.
And it's the only insurance you can get on this beach. It's a barrier island. You have to go
Yeah.
through FEMA backed companies.
I think you're going to get another 6 months. I do.
Well, I think they should give me a year.
Yeah.
To be honest. I mean, I don't think that's too much to ask. I mean, my house is on the market in Texas. It'll probably sell within the next couple of months. It's a very strong real estate market out
What's
there.
it listed for? We're looking for a house for her mom.
Oh, in
Not in
Houston?
Yes,
Texas.
yes.
No, we're not. She wants to come here.
Actually,
He's
in
being a
California.
jerk. She's already.
Well,
in
you
here.
I'm
know
just
what?
kidding. I'm kidding.
Kim, let me get my property fixed, and you can put your mom upstairs. How about that? We'll work out
That
something.
would be something.
Yeah,
right?
no
She
kidding.
would love that.
Well,
She'll
we-
have to fight my mom for it. though.
Well, maybe make it big enough for the two
Yeah,
of them.
no kidding.
Right, that's right. You know what? I just want a little time. That's all I'm asking for.
Right.
And for I'm just trying to make an honest living. And I just want the council to recognize that every single day I get up and I go to work and I'm trying to put my life together. Back after put my life back together after a Category 5 hurricane completely decimated it. I mean, what do they how? I don't know. All I know is that I'm doing the best I can.
Well, we wish you good luck on
Yeah, good
Monday.
luck on Monday.
And I think you're going to get at least a 6-month extension on your permit over there. And we appreciate you coming on. And
Thank
we
you
will
for
be
having me.
watching
Yeah.
on Monday. Big hand for Suzie Bahan from Suzie's Tiki Bar and Treasures. Stop by if you're walking around on Fort Myers Beach. You'll see them.